Welcome to Spoiler Street. In this video I will be looking at the storyline for Coronation Street next week between the 2nd and the 6th of May. Coming up on Monday's episode, Max is recovering in hospital after suffering a potentially life-threatening accident after he attempted to climb through a glass window to retrieve his mobile phone from his dad's barbershop. Max was planning to run away from home and figured that he needed his mobile phone before doing so, but ended up cutting himself badly in the process and landing himself in hospital. David and Shona visit him in the hospital, where he admits on his plan to running away to avoid legal trouble, after Daniel threatened to expose him as the one who spiked Amy's drink. Faye has been to the medical centre after getting some worrying symptoms and has some shocking news to tell Craig. Faye sits down with Craig and tells him that the doctor thinks she might be going through early menopause and that this will stop any chances of them having a baby in the future. Faye recently found out she was pregnant, but it turned out the pregnancy test was inaccurate and there was never any baby. I wonder how Craig will respond to this news. It is the day of Toyah and Imran's wedding. They are both rushed into the idea of getting married in hopes that it will make them look like more suitable parents for when they fight for custody of Imran's son Alfie. Abi is walking down the street and notices Toyah heading into a taxi wearing her wedding dress. She then makes a dash for the driver's side door. She suddenly drives off with Toyah in the back. Toyah is shocked and thinks she is being kidnapped by Abi, but Abi sees this as an opportunity to be alone with Toyah and try and convince her not to marry Imran. Abi later realises that she can't stop Toyah from marrying Imran and agrees to drop her at the hotel where their wedding is about to take place. Toyah already had some doubts about marrying Imran, but it seems that Abi has planted that seed of doubt even more in her head. The ceremony goes ahead as planned, but I wonder if Toyah will say I do, or will the doubt she has about Imran be too overwhelming. Ken offers to give Stu a ride to the wholesalers, but are suddenly stopped by the police. It seems that the wholesalers had recently been broken into, and they are accusing Stu of being the culprit. They are also accusing Ken of being his getaway driver. They both seem concerned they are in serious trouble for something they were never involved with. Coming up on Wednesday the 4th of May, after Stu and Ken's run-in with the police, Yasmine is upset with Stu. Yasmine hasn't had a lot of luck with men in the past, so she starts thinking that Stu is bad news just like the rest of them. Stu attempts to win back her friendship by serenading her with his guitar, but his efforts fail and she doesn't seem impressed. Yasmine remains unhappy and unsure about Stu and orders him to leave her restaurant. Abi visits her son Alfie in hospital and is becoming increasingly worried that she will lose the court case for custody of him. Later on, we can see Abi being approached by one of her old druggy friends named Dean. He looks desperate to score some drugs, but Abi doesn't want anything to do with him. After some convincing, Abi decides to hand him some money just to get rid of him, as being seen with him could hurt her reputation. Little does Abi know that the private investigator that Imran hired is capturing pictures of her associating with a well-known criminal, and this will surely be brought up during the custody hearing. On Friday's episode, George will make another confession to Eileen. George recently confessed to being an extremely loud snorer, so loud in fact that it has affected previous relationships he has been involved in. But now he has another confession and tells Eileen that he has been purposely staying up all night to spare her from having to deal with his snoring. You can tell by the way that he's acting that he is extremely tired and sleep deprived. I can't imagine Eileen will be too happy with this kind of behaviour. It is the 1-year anniversary of Seb Franklin's death and his mother Abi can be seen visiting his memorial. Nina and Asher, who were both close friends of Seb's, also attend the memorial in a show of support. Abi is in a very vulnerable state at the moment with all the drama surrounding her fight to keep custody of a newborn child, and being reminded of her other child that was murdered seems to send her emotions over the top.